Hey everybody, a quick update on the midterm exam, which is opening up in a window of time and how it's going to work for you. I hope this little short video will help. All the information is also underneath in a little descriptive text, but basically the exam has two parts, one of which you've already seen if you looked in the Start Here area. The essay questions that are available to you, they've been there right from the very beginning of class, are three, and you choose two. And the two that you choose, I'm expecting you to do very well on. Obviously, this is a test that you can prepare for way in advance, and you can even write them in advance. And you've already had a lot of material on the subjects that those essay questions cover. The question about seasons, we did a homework on. The question about gravity, you've just done a homework on. And the question about what Galileo saw and Kepler's laws. There's lots of material both in the book and my study notes to help you. So here's what I'm expecting. On the essay portion, I'm expecting you to do a very strong job of whatever essays you choose to answer. I'm only going to take two, so you don't do three. You're not going to get extra credit for doing three. I won't take pieces of one and pieces of another and cobble it together. Just pick the two that you can do the absolute best on. Prepare them ahead of time, write them in a word processor if you have to, and then you're going to send them to me in Blackboard. You're not going to attach the file, just copy out of a word processor and paste it into the message in Blackboard. And this is in the messages area, not in the discussion forum. This is going to be a private message between you and I, and not a public post in the discussion forum. And again, this is explained a little bit below, but if you haven't sent a message to me, click on that Messages from Scott link that you see in the Blackboard navigation bar, and that'll help you. That message will come to me, and the neat thing about it for you is I guarantee you it won't be blocked by spam filters here at our campus web server. One of the problems if you emailed me attachments is a lot of times our campus puts up a wall and I can't see it. So please do, again, use Blackboard. Once it's time-stamped in Blackboard, you could send it from any computer anywhere in the world. It's not lost either. I can't delete it, you can't delete it, and so there's no problem with you saying, oh, I sent it and it wasn't received. So that's a nice kind of bit of insurance for both of us. When you send them outside, sometimes as an email, you think it's been sent and then I don't see it. Maybe it's blocked by our filter, or maybe it never got here. So again, send the essay answers in Blackboard as a message to me. Now the online portion of the exam that has multiple choice questions is done at Mastering Astronomy, and that window will open. You'll see that the exam is due by the 20th, but you could take it any time during the week. But that's a timed exam. I'll give you 90 minutes on that. And once you start it, you need to finish it. You can't start it and stop it and open up next Tuesday. And it's all the questions that you've seen from earlier reading quizzes or out of the book or out of the study area kinds of materials. It's nothing that you probably haven't seen before. And you'll get about 40 or 45 of those questions to have 90 minutes to do them. And if you've seen them before, it shouldn't take you long at all. Indeed, one good suggestion to study is open up your old quizzes and print them out, and then you'll have them right in front of you, and you can look at the exam and you can say, oh, here's the question, and you can answer it that way. Most people do really well on that portion if they've gotten the material ready and they're ready to study. If you don't and you just kind of walk into it, you may not do as well. So again, that portion of the exam you'll do on Mastering Astronomy. It'll be an online portion. It'll be timed. You'll have one chance at it and only one. And if you blow it and don't submit it in time, you won't be able to submit anything else. If, let's say, you got 20 questions done before the exam window closed, you'll get credit for just those 20 and nothing else. There's no makeups for that portion either. You know it's available to you. You got a whole week. I expect you to get it done. And there's no makeups for the essay portion either if you don't get it in and submit it on time. If you do think you're going to have a problem with family issues, or maybe people are coming to stay, or you got something else, and you know you won't get the midterm done in that week of time, let me know now, let me know early, and then I'll do my best to see if we can arrange an extension for you. But I will not arrange extensions for you after the fact. In other words, once the exam window's open, I'm expecting you to get it done sometime during that window. It's free for you to do 24/7, right? Anytime you do it, get it done. And again, the essays, you could start preparing ahead of time and just send to Blackboard as a message. So hopefully that'll be clear for you as you look at the instructions. I would suggest to you on the essays that I'm expecting significant work. I'm expecting a couple paragraphs at least. Now, please don't feel like you have to do an essay like out of an English class where you're going to write an introductory paragraphs and 3 body paragraphs and a closing paragraph and stuff like that. I'm not grading you on your grammar and your English construction. But I do suggest that since you know these questions, you could do a really thorough answer with at least 2 paragraphs. 1 paragraph probably won't be enough. A few sentences won't be enough. If I asked you about seasons and you said, oh, we have seasons because the earth tilts, you're right, but that isn't enough detail to explain it to somebody. Think about our homework and think about, is distance matter? And how do you know distance doesn't matter? And how can you explain then how seasons occur if we're closer and it's not summer? So a lot of material if you think about it. Use all your resources to help you make those answers up. All your resources, including what's in Blackboard, my lecture notes, my study guides, the homework, the book. Do as much as you can. One last caveat, if I could, please. If you Google the answer and copy it and paste it, and you try to pass it off as yours, I'll know, and you won't get any credit. So please understand, I'm expecting original work. I am not expecting copied work. If you do copy something from outside as a source to help you, I'm fine with that. You better quote it, and you better give me the citation for it. And if you don't have a citation for anything that you copied, you'll get an F. You just won't pass. That's called plagiarism. It's not acceptable in college work. It's not acceptable in professional work either. So please understand again that if you're going to find the answers to the questions online, rather than make them up yourself, if you find them, you better quote pieces of it. Don't use the whole thing lock, stock, and barrel and say, oh, that's my answer. Talk about it yourself and say, oh, this person really explained it well, and here's their explanation. Put it in quotes. Give me a citation. That's okay. Don't give me quotes and don't give me a citation. It's not okay, and you won't get credit for it. Absolutely ask questions if you've got them. There'll be a discussion forum available for you, and you can ask questions and post them there about what's going on. And if you think you're going to have a problem with it, absolutely email me anytime. You know you can do that, and I'll be happy to work with you about when to take the test or how to do it or something like that. Okay? Most people do really well if they've looked at the essay questions ahead of time, if they've thought about them, and if they've really tried to put some good effort in answering those. On this test, 50% credit on the essays, 50% credit on the multiple choice. You can do absolutely as well as you want to, depending on how much time you have to study. Okay? I'll look forward to seeing your great work. Bye.